Yeah, yeah, this is super easy to build out. You just take a snippet of the code that Usersnap provides you and embed it within your application. Uh, Usersnap provides you with a really nice interface to set this up, um, and then they click that feedback button, and then the screen pops out, right? Add a
Mhm.
comment, so you can put, "Hey, this is what you're doing," and then in the upper left, you can choose to annotate or draw or crop this picture. You can click a video, so if you want to be able to follow, maybe it's a multi-step process of what they're trying to do. Once they click on submit, it lets them know, "Hey, we've received your feedback,"
Mhm.
um, and then it gets submitted into the system.
Mhm. Okay.
So
And then maybe you can also walk us through how once feedback comes into the system, the user snaps dashboard, how you guys triage it and work with it.
yeah, yeah. So we've got a few different projects set up in here. Launchpad is this CRM application that we have. We can kind of see here that the other projects that we have are a production and a pre-production site for a few different applications that we have. But actually, if you go, I believe, to the
Mhm.
next page, it actually shows you some of the details of what that looks like when a user submits that. So it captures the image or the video that they submitted. It shows you the exact URL of that page that they're on. In fact, if you were to click on the more details, this is just a screenshot, but you can get information like console logs, right? So if there was an error that popped up, you can look, oh yeah, okay, we can see that the API server had a gateway timeout. So you can really see what was going on behind the scenes of what was happening. So you can respond to them, you can comment in here, you can mark items as done, you can tag information in here so that you can go in here and say, hey, this is just, user education, or this is something that we need to train our users on more, or this is an actual issue. This is something that we need to send into Jira to resolve. So Usersnap comes with some dashboarding, some statistics. So we can look back on, hey, here's the past several months. We can see some spikes. Maybe this big spike between July and October is when we released that application. So we started getting lots of feedback. After that, feedback dwindled off, but stayed fairly consistent. Right below that is the labels that we set up, right? So a lot of people are submitting information, and it was just around user education. How do I do this? How do I do that? But what that also tells us is that we can do a better job of training our users. You know, should we submit, daily, weekly tips and tricks of hey, here's the best ways to utilize this application. Here's some how-tos. We're tracking bugs, things that we need to fix. What are we sending off to our Jira application as far as tickets created? Are there data issues that we need to send off to our DBA teams?
Mhm.
And then feature requests, what's out there that our users are wanting more of and for us to create. Locations, where are our users? Who are the users that are submitting the most information? Browsers and operating systems. Uh, if there's bugs tied to these, are they coming out of specific ones? Is it Safari or is it Chrome that's users are having most issues with? So are there areas of focus that we need to optimize more for our application where people are having the most problems with? So the statistics are super helpful, especially once we start tagging information. The more feedback that we get, the more useful this is.
Mhm.
So we really love it to be able to narrow down, and
Yeah.
really the longer we use this tool, the more valuable this becomes.